Ladles and jelly spoons, Tim down for Living with MS in Tenerife. It is midweek meetup. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim Dowd for Living with MS in Tenerife. Roll intro. Good evening, ladies and jelly spoons. Tim down here for Living with MS in Tenerife. We are alone at the Nebula. I'm not alone, there's a lot of people here, but nobody's come to see me. You didn't come to see me, did you? No, they didn't come to see me. So if you're on the island and you're in Callao Salvaje, I'm at the Nebula on the corner. I was around the corner in the sun, but it was way too hot, so I've moved over here. And we're going to have a swift cooling liquid. I'm right underneath the speaker, so you might be able to hear the music, but that's okay. Let's see who's on. Random comment. Ruth Robertson. Hi Tim. Hi Ruth. How the devil are you? We got 10 people on already. 10 thumbs up. Carol's on. Trisha's on. Gavin Davis. Derek Walker. Dave Mulready. John Patton. Ruth, of course. Sean. Siobhan, sorry, not Sean. Fiona. David Butler. Charlie. I haven't watched for a while, but I'm back. Thank you, Charlie. Manchester City, I believe. Ruth Robertson, David Butler, and Anne-Marie Elton, as always. Peter Glennon just popped in. So, Chris was going to come out, and then she said, do you mind if I don't? I said, is anybody booked? I said, no. And Ray and Madge are back in the Kingdom of Fife, so that's all right. And so I said, well, I'll go down on my own and have a quick pint and talk to you guys. And we don't have any real news other than what I told you this morning, so if you didn't watch the walk this morning, go have a look at that. Orcus is on. Orcus, I love how your quick walk arounds turn into feature-length epics. It was nearly 2 hours this morning, wasn't it? 2 hours. Jimmy's on. I talked to Chris. Jimmy, if you're interested in doing the meetup Monday at the Little Germany, then I've asked her and she said it's okay if you want to. If not, we'll come here or we'll go to wherever you want. But she said Little Germany is on the cards if you fancy. Fiona's on, Anne-Marie. Stuart Bloomer, good evening. Kev Weaver, just booked to come to your village in March. Oh, where are you staying? That'd be interesting. And March, oh, that's next year, March, okay. Lynn Kasatkin, Fiona's on. David, Michael Lafferty, hi Michael. And David Tobin. Some new names there. If you've been on before and I've missed you, I do apologise. Cool dudes. So I just had a look at the building site next door, and it looks like they're building an office, a sales office. So I thought they were going to build one of the first buildings, but it's not. It's just a small sales office. But there's going to be 230 odd flats in 6 buildings. So it's going to be about 35 to 40 flats a building. So they're going to be pretty tall. If it's five on a level, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's 5 on a level, then it's going to be pretty tall. What are we? We're 3 levels. No, we're 4 levels. 0, 1, 2, 3, and there's 20 there. So it's nearly 8 levels. I'd love to get the plans. I'd love to get the plans. Trish is on. Diane O and everyone in the chat. Pat Moran. Is Diane on as well? Louise Parks. Oh, thanks for all your support, Louise, there. And Diane's coming over at the end of the month, so she'll be looking round, looking at other stuff. Let's go 2s up for now and see what we got here. Here we are. Let's get a wide view here. So I'll start over that end. So this is where I am at the front door, and as you can see, not many people here now, but it does liven up a bit later on. There's the big roundabout, and if we turn right round to the front there, you'll be able to see my house. There you go. Actually you can't, because it's bleached out. Let's see if we can do something about it. No, we can't. Oh dear. What's this do? I've got a new button here. I don't know what it is. Jimmy England, do you mean Meetup Wednesday? I spoke to Sandra, she said yes. Okay, Jimmy, yep. Then I shall book Little Germany for Meetup Wednesday on the 11th, I think it is, isn't it? But I will check. Alan's Homemade Vlogs is on. A bit late, but I'm here. Evening Tim, sorry for the emails. Was worried you were... yeah, I didn't put the link up until just now. I've been working in the house. I've got a massive job on. And basically, I'm cleaning everything from top to tail because the lady who comes and helps clean is on holiday in Argentina. And she hasn't been, so I've got to do it all myself. And I've been a bit lax, to tell you the truth. So Chris sort of took me to task today and said, "Oi, you're not doing your end." Lynn says, "I missed you this morning, but we have booked to stay in Mind in March." Cool dude, meet up. Well, if you come on a Wednesday, I'm usually over here, so just fall across the road. And okay, I don't think I missed anybody else. Cool dude. Let's go to Comentarios. NTM, Steve, how the devil are you? How's got any news on your visa? Daniel's on. Hi guys. So what's happening tomorrow? Nobody's booked for the walk tomorrow, so if anybody's on the island wants to go for the walk tomorrow, then that will be great. And I fancy going somewhere different. If you got an idea, let me know. Hi, how's it going? Very well, very well. I'm glad you let me sit here, and don't forget to come to the Nebula. I'm doing the advert now. Tina's on. Tina, how the devil are you? So what we're going to do, we're going to open you up to any question you want. And I've got a video to play as well, which I'm going to play a part of now. I can't play it all because I promised I wouldn't. I'm just setting it up now. So talk amongst yourselves for a second. I got a preview mode, go to the video, log it in. Source, video file, choose file. So we did this men's health thing recording on Monday, and I've just finished it. So I'm not going to show you the whole thing, I'm just going to show you the beginning, and that's going to come out soon. And what we're going to ask is that all the other vloggers that we know, and anybody who even doesn't know that's got a YouTube channel, even if you've just got a YouTube channel, you've got no videos on it, you can actually download this video and put it on your channel and then schedule it to go live at a specific date and time that we'll let you know what it is. And then we're going to flood the internet with men's health. And so let's just go back to live studio. I'm just going to show you the beginning of it, okay? So you're not going to see the whole thing. This is just the trailer. Let's go down to video and enjoy.
Men's health, let's make it fashionable. Well, the reason we're doing this is to make awareness, really.
Yeah.
Just get it out there, get it out to everyone, because it's a big thing. And I was the worst one. I wouldn't go to the doctors. I don't like needles. I haven't got tattoos.
Ladles. So that's the beginning, and it's me, Webby, and Foggy. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that out either this week or next week on a particular day. And let me just get this out of your way, Mike. Somebody did turn up in the end. I'm going to set him up on here with his own microphone if he wants.
Okay.
I'll turn that to you so you can see what the show's on. So for those of you who remember, this is our resident Yank. Let's get the thing working properly. What I'm looking for. So, here he is. Motown Mike
I'm here.
from Detroit.
Yeah.
How
nice
the
to
devil
meet
are you?
Yeah. Really good. Thanks.
So what happened? I thought you were going home yesterday.
No, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday,
Next
okay.
Tuesday,
I
yeah.
thought it was next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this on for you. Make sure it's the right colour. There you go. Just leave it there, it should be all right.
Okay, good. Thanks.
So, ladles and jelly spoons, Tim Dowd and Motown Mike. And so what's been happening with you, Mike?
Well, I'm just wrapping up a lot of things. I went and saw that BGR. I went there yesterday.
Oh, you went to BGR?
Yeah, and actually Ben wasn't there. They opened up a new place in Los Alamos.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So I was at the first store, and so it takes about a week.
Oh, you went to the new place?
No, the old place.
Oh, you went down the old place?
Yeah. And when I come back in the summer, I'll get everything. It takes about a week to schedule everything, so.
Okay, so he's going to do your whole internet thing, yeah?
Yeah, and get
and get TV as well,
TV,
yeah?
everything, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
So I'll just do that next trip, but at least I know where to go. And it's one less thing to do.
So where's the new place? I knew he's gotten a new place, but I don't know where it is.
Okay, it's in
Los Olivos.
It's Sunset Bay Club.
Oh, the Sunset Bay Club.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one up
Torres
by
Vista.
Sinatra's, right?
No, you know what?
Oh, the Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit
bar
cafe.
down the bottom,
yeah, at the bottom.
And
the
the brew dog or something like that down the
Yeah,
bottom.
there's different ones there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Detroit, what is it called? It's a nightclub, really, isn't it?
Yeah, nightclub. It's just Detroit bar or something. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they do singing there.
Owned by, the building's owned by Webby's mate, Terry Two Phones, I think. He's got a lot of them there. I think he owns most of the bars there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's quite a few there. Yeah. There's 2 Irish bars there.
Yeah, that's what he does for a living.
There's
He buys stuff freehold and rents it out.
Yeah, they're almost next to each other, 2 Irish bars.
Yeah.
So,
121 people watching. Cool, dude. I lost my my thing here. Let me just check that. Overlays. Where's my overlay? Lower third, Tim. Timothy. Prof. Daniel. Savage Boulders. Smoke logo. I can't find it. Let's go back to me and see if I can find that thing. Copy of 2's up. It should be in here somewhere. Oh, I know why I can't turn it on. Showing all scenes, that's the one. Video count, there we go. Let's turn him on. Is he working? Yes, it's working. Cool, dude. I had to turn it off the other day because it went. It says 0 people, but it should.
What's that?
come up in a minute. It's like a count on the corner here.
Oh, it's up there.
It tells you how many people are watching. I can only see how many thumbs up we got.
Yeah, I see.
We got 50 thumbs up, but apparently we got 120 people watching.
I was going to ask you, Tim. Can you do demographic distribution on all the people that
watch?
That watch, yeah.
Yeah, we can do. There's a way you can go up to. Let me just do this. Get 2's up and in. So there's a way you can go to the YouTube analytics, and you can find out everything. I really don't look, but you can find out where.
It's just like where most of your audience resides.
Yeah, I could show it here, but it'll show how much I earn as well, and I don't want to put that out. Okay, it's not a lot, but
okay.
Cool, dude. So Daniel's Adventures is on. Alan in the Hat's on. Denise Pearson from the north of Tenerife. Rob, good evening, Tim. David Butler and Foggy's on. Oh, let's see the comments. There we go. Let's get 2 people in the comments. Thanks everyone for watching my Tenerife videos. The views have been outstanding. Thanks. I gained 40 more subscribers. Thank you. Foggy, I just finished watching your Red Lion video. That was pretty good. You didn't tell us how much you spent. Well, you told me how much you spent, but you didn't tell them how much you spent. Craig's talking to Denise. Trisha's saying, well done, Foggy, you deserve it. on the balcony in the Volcano, says Alex, having a few swallies before dinner. Cool dude. If you want to go for a walk around the Volcano tomorrow, I'm free.
That's the first hotel I stayed at.
Was it the
when
Volcano?
I came here, yeah, in 2016.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That was. I think it's been revamped since then, hasn't it?
Oh, I haven't been there since. So, yeah, that was the first place I was at.
David saying hello. Dave Bardell, good evening, Tim. Seriously thinking about what you said, Tim, about bakery in Tenerife. I looked yesterday, and if you look at yesterday's thing, I put the number up, so we're going to give them a call, find out what they want. It's not for sale though, it is for rent. And I looked in, I'm not sure whether the bakery stuff is still there. So give them a call and ask. And I think they speak French, English and Spanish, so there you go. Perhaps you already answered this, but ask Motown Mike why Tenerife?
Well, it's kind of my wife is from Russia. So it's kind of an intermediate spot we decided to vacation in.
Okay.
And then it's still kind of in the middle of going back to our home country. So,
Right.
yeah. So, and we enjoyed it. We were here twice.
So your wife's working in Russia as well, right?
Yeah, she's still there now.
Okay.
She's still trying to figure out a retirement strategy.
Okay.
So,
And you don't want to go and live there, and she don't want to come to the States?
well, I can't go there anyway. There's too much craziness going on.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So, but anyway, we enjoyed it. We were here twice, and we made sure we liked it. And so we decided, we explored other options, but it seemed like Tenerife was the best.
And how long have you been married?
Almost 2 years, but we've known each other 21 years.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So you got married and then all of a sudden it all kicked off. You got a super sticker from Mezian Farag. Hey, wow. Let's have a look at that one. We stick that one up. Thank you so much. $4.99. Video game controller poses triumphantly in between the words. Critical hit. Ka-ching. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me the picture on this software. I wish it did.
Oh, there's a GIF file that's attached, or?
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of these. What do they call it? Icons or emojis or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back down the bottom. Hit the thumbs up. It's all free, says Craig. And Alan's Homemade Blog says exactly. Thank you, Mezian, for that. And right. Oh, how many Americans live in Tenerife? Daniel's Adventures. How many Americans live in Tenerife?
I know at least one. So
Hey Siri, how many Americans live in Tenerife? Dos Jara?
I get you one. Yeah. I asked her to get
As of
you.
January 2024, approximately 50,623 U.S. citizens were residing in Spain, with a significant portion likely living in Tenerife. While exact numbers for Tenerife are unavailable, estimates suggest that several thousand Americans live on the island. That was from ChatGPT.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
Several thousand of us Yanks here, huh?
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Well,
Well, you're not all Yanks.
Found much. Okay. I haven't found too many of them. I've seen a lot of tourists, but
Yeah. No, I don't see a lot of people, Americans living here.
You know, a lot of times you see people with sports T-shirts or jerseys.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them are just showing off what they bought when they were in the States.
Right. So,
So-
they're not Americans. They're just using
Yeah.
American things. Yeah.
So it's really hard to say who's who.
Yeah. But 50,000 in Spain. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
No, I think it's in the top 5 countries I read.
Really?
Yeah, I know Mexico and Canada are like 1 and 2, and then I forget I think Mexico's in the top 5 for expats for Americans. Spain is.
I want to know how many Brits are living here now. Dos, por favor. Uno para él, uno para mí.
Oh, I have one.
I'll give you that one because I've had one already.
Oh.
Oh no, you've got one.
I got one. Yeah.
Ah, so, lo siento, lo siento.
Yeah, I have one. She was fast.
All right. I thought that you hadn't. Oh, you were ordering mine.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were
No,
ordering one
that's
because.
okay.
Okay, no. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers, Biggies.
Yeah, cheers. This is tasty.
And I'm paying this time because you paid last time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So let's see what else we got. Oh, people are still commenting Osmo on my last one. I've given it away now. I realised that You know when I say if you've watched till the end, my walk to the end, to prove you've watched till the end, just write and then give a secret word out, right?
Yeah.
But then somebody says, well, I'm just copying everybody else, so I don't have to watch it to the end, I just copy everybody else. But I know you don't. I know you do watch till the end. Nobody puts the secret word in without watching to the end. I'm looking at myself here like Webby there. Webby went out at 4 o'clock today and he said he's going to come by on the way home, so he's going to be razzled, snozzled.
Where's he at right now?
He's in his local, obviously.
Okay, that's down the road. Okay.
It's a bit cheaper there, but I prefer the beer here, to tell you the truth.
This is very tasty.
Yeah.
What's
San Miguel.
San Miguel, yeah, it's tasty.
Eddie, you got the best beer in the village.
San Miguel is amazing.
The best beer in the village.
San Miguel is amazing.
And not like some other places where it's a little bit weaker, this is the real stuff.
Yeah. I don't like the bottle of San Miguel, but the pint is...
The draft is really good, yeah, outstanding.
Yeah. Draft is always good.
That's Eddie in the background there. He's a hard-working guy. Give us a wave, Eddie. He owns this place, and if you're ever in the village, you cannot miss it. It's right on the corner. It's got the best food, the best beer. They even say it's got some of the best cocktails. And if you want to go cocktails as well, you can nip next door to Eden, that's also his. And they've got some light entertainment on a couple of nights a week. So if you're into a little bit of chill music or a little bit of boomboxing, then go nip over there and get some cocktails as well. See what else we got down the bottom here. Gary Taylor's on. Martin Voss. Alex, Tim, would you have to be off camera due to the work we do? No videos. Alex, what we can do is okay, the walk's no good then because I've got to be live for my walk because everybody else. What I could do, I do an offline one on Friday where I just go out to and have a walk on a Friday myself. I do film it, but you don't have to be on that one. So the other thing you could do, if you want to come for the walk tomorrow, I just won't show you. But that'd be a bit, no, that won't work.
It's kind of hard to do when it's live.
Yeah. Now, if you want to come, if you want to meet up on Friday or something like that, or come to Freaky Friday and just stay in the background, and then we'll have a chat when you're done. But it's basically, if you come all the way up here just to sit in a bar and not be on the show, that's probably also not so good. So, let me know how long you're here for, and I might. I'm going to do a recorded video on Friday, and I can just like not include you in it. I'll do the video while you're there, but I'll just not include you in it, and then we can have a chat in the downtimes. So if you're interested in something like that, let me know. Send me an email, it's the easiest. me@timothydowd.com. Just go to my website, timothydowd.com, and click contact or whatever it is, and you can do that if you're interested, obviously. Daniel, Ruth Robertson, Alan's Homemade Vlogs, Sandy Miggy. I don't know what that is. Daniel, Kevin's in Ibiza. It's a pleasure, Ruth. Guys, the weather here is dragging the mood down, says Siobhan. I just got called from my mate in Germany. He's gone back to Germany for a... what's he doing in Germany? He's a German, right? But he lives over here. He's a neighbour, basically. He lives over here, but he doesn't see the advantage of registering as a resident.
No?
No. He says, you know, you register as a resident, you've got to sort of like do this, that and the other, you know, you got to, but as a European, you don't become an illegal immigrant after 90 days, you become an irregular immigrant.
Okay.
Right, so they tolerate you. So they ended up giving them vaccine jabs during the COVID epidemic, right?
Yeah.
So you get that, but you don't get medical. And you don't get Social Security, right? So they're on their pensions, and they just live on the money, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't contribute here, and so they don't get any services, right? So if they need the quack, they got to go back.
Yeah. I guess that's a problem there.
Yeah. So he goes back and gets a test up. I mean, he's in his 90s, I think.
90s.
No,
wow.
he's not. He's only 70 something. I'm just ribbing him. And I'm not saying who he is. Did I say his name? I did say his name. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not illegal or anything. Yeah, but that means you don't get the services if you're not a resident here. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So anyway, he's calling me from Germany. He said it's sleet and hail and a storm like you
What
wouldn't
part
believe.
of Germany is?
He's in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern,
Okay.
and that's up by what's the biggest thing? Not Warstein. Yeah, by Warstein that way. Monasee, Zost, that area, Dusseldorf.
Oh, Dusseldorf. Okay, yeah.
It's not Dusseldorf, but
But
it's called Weimar. No, not Weimar. No.
I know a little bit about German
Yeah,
geography,
no, but it's not Weimar.
yeah,
No.
okay.
It begins with a W anyway. I can show you. But he's up there anyway. But he's got
But
really bad weather.
it's sleeting up there.
He said hail and storm, but I think I put the sleet in by accident. Probably not
This
sleet.
has been a very bad month in Michigan too. 15.
Really?
May is usually a nicer month, but it's been like 15, 16 degrees.
In
and
Fahrenheit,
rain.
right?
Yeah, no, 15, 16 Celsius.
Okay,
I'm trying to convert for you.
Okay,
For
thanks.
your listeners. But
Converting for the listeners, eh?
but when I get back, I'm bringing the weather back to Michigan, so
Right, okay.
so it's going to be really nice when I get back. So yeah,
And sorry, what's your wife's name again?
Irina.
But she's not going to visit you, right? She can't visit the States at the
Well,
moment, or can she do that?
She has, but not right now.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
too much.
So you're just
Crazy.
hanging on to see what happens with Zelensky
Yeah.
and Trump.
It changes every day.
It
Changes
does.
every
I
day.
saw a. They got the big bad beautiful bill or something going through
Oh,
the American
yeah.
thing.
I know. I see clips of that.
And I follow a guy, an American pundit, who puts stuff out there. You know, he's not a lefty. Well, I suppose he is a lefty, really, but he's a sort of a centrist for me. You know, basically he became radical left without changing his politics, because everything else just shifted right. You know.
It's over the last decade or two. It's all crazy, left and right. It's all different now. It's parties change and everything. So.
But yeah, and he was saying that this bill has got one sentence in it hidden. And if you don't read it, right, what it's saying is that the government doesn't have to abide by the rules of the High Court. Right? So basically they got to get out of jail free card
Yeah, it's like
in the bill.
Exception.
It does a lot of other stuff, but this is the one. It's just like a big grab. Ray Duffy's on. Hi, Ray. Sorry, I totally misread what you were trying to do last week when you said we'll see you for a walk. I thought it was the walk this week. And so I actually went on to a messenger on Facebook, which I never do, and I've got a load of other messages I saw from other people. So if you do message me on Facebook, I don't look, but I message you to make sure that you weren't going to come tonight because Chris wasn't going to come. So, but we'll see. But Chris sends a love, and she will let you know. 129 people are now watching. On your cell, Ray. Okay. So let's just go back to twos up. There you go. And move this around slightly so we'll get Motown Mike in the middle. There you go.
Thank you.
That's good.
All right.
So so I was talking to this guy, and he said it's really going to go. And I don't know what's going on, you know.
I haven't followed it as much because I'm here, and that's the purpose of being here, isn't it? Getting overburdened by all the stuff going on at home.
Right.
So I just want to relax and chill out now.
So don't
Find
watch
out
the
what you
news. That's what the MacMaster says. Stop watching the news.
Yeah, but it's hard to stay in this world now. The internet's all over the place, so we'll see what happens in Congress.
Yeah, it's still going to go through Congress. In fact, Siobhan's just commented that it still has to go through Congress. But basically, I'm hoping that that's going to be quashed. But in fact, Congress is senators, right? No, it's the Senate.
Well, yeah, the senators, yeah. The House of Representatives is the people that's
done it now, and the Congress is the Senate.
Well, Congress is everything. So you got the Senate and the House of Representatives.
All right, so
yeah.
you can write to your senator now and
Yeah.
tell him to block it. Yeah?
Yeah, it's just the Republicans have a slight advantage in numbers right now. So
Okay. Daniel saying, did you see text about emailing me? I didn't say text, and it's easier if you email me at timothydowd.com, and I shall reply. I reply to all emails, 99% of them. If it's one where it says, hello, my name's Irina, and I've seen your profile, and I'd love to get over you, I don't reply to those. Yeah. And I don't reply to emails that send me pictures of cats or something like that. Adam is saying, time Friday, Saturday, Sunday hotel. Oh, okay. Adam. Friday, here. You come on the bus. What's bus in sign language, you know?
I don't know.
A bus.
I know this.
Yeah, what's that?
It means you're a pea brain.
Bus 471 to Callao Salvaje, Adam. Oh, what have I put on here? Okay. Adam's coming over on Thursday next week.
Okay.
And he's been before and we went for a walk, but he's coming on a Thursday and leaving on Sunday. So that means that he's not going to be here when I do the live walks.
Yeah, you got 2 next week canceled, or was it this week?
No, one was cancelled, but it moved to the Tuesday. But I've cancelled some because on Thursday, I cancelled Thursdays because I'm going to the, what's it called? Social services.
Oh, okay.
They're going to see whether I can get a, see Eddie? It's on the phone. I'm going to go to social services because I think we're going to get a, there we go. Plus Friday.
Is that nearby, or you have to go up north for social services?
No, social services in the Adeki town.
Oh, okay.
So you know,
yeah.
you know where the town hall is.
Yeah, I had to go there.
So you got the town hall and you got the chicken place on the same road.
Yeah.
If you go one street over, then there is social services on the right.
Okay.
And there's a woman called Lupe, so short for Guadalupe.
Oh.
And so Lupe, and we met her 10 years ago, and she was really, really good for us. And she said, "Oh, I can sort you out with everything, an emergency number and all a thing to hang around Christine's neck. She just press
in case something happens.
press the button."
Yeah,
and Chris wasn't into that at the time.
Well, yeah.
But she got this. She said, "Oh no, I don't want it." And so I think we didn't use her as much as we should have done. And then I forgot all about it, and I've been going to the social services in the health centre. And I realise now that I've been going to the wrong person, because they don't do things like the lift and the belts and you know. So they don't do it, but the town hall does, and each town hall's different. So I will probably get something here for help with disabled people in Adeki that I won't get in Arona, because it's at the grace of the local council.
Oh, okay. So
and the local council here is fantastic. The same guy's been in power for 50 years, right?
In Adeki here?
Yeah, in Adeki, yeah. And he's very good at integration, and he's got a lot of people from different countries and ethnicities, and he's really, really good. He's like a staunch socialist, so he's looking after people, women's rights, gay rights, disabled people. So I've been going to the wrong people, you see. So
I hope it all works out then.
It will work out. Whatever happens, it'll work out. And also, I was asking the wrong question to my health insurance, because my health insurance, I pay health insurance in Germany through my pension automatically, and so does Chris. And she's claiming on an insurance that we paid for all our lives, which in Germany you have to have a specific insurance for caregivers. So if you need care later in life or earlier in life, then they've got this questionnaire, which is like a tick box questionnaire. Right? There's no sort of grade like 1 to 10 or anything like that. You just say yes or no. You know, I've got this, I don't have this, I've got this, I don't have this. And then once you've gone through this, like 7 or 8 pages with like 4 or 5 different sections, and if you hit a certain, well, whatever your score is, you go over to the right, and that's the type of help you get. And it's monetary help. So you either get monetary help to get somebody in to do your stuff, or you get 50% of that money in cash if a relative takes over. So we took the 50% in cash
Okay.
to come here. So when we arrived, Chris's pension paid the rent, and Chris's pension paid the rent, the telephones, electricity, water, and there was something else I can't remember. But she paid 5 things out of a rent.
Well, I had to pay rubbish too.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then she paid that, and then what we got from the care allowance is we used for eating and stuff, right? And it wasn't a lot at the time. I think it was about 230 euros or whatever. So I started working the first 2 years as a magician, and around the hotels and bars, and then that dried up, and I ended up on the street doing magic on the street. Then COVID came and that dried up, and then I started doing this. But luckily enough, I'm saying luckily enough, it probably sounds bad now, but they sent a doctor over to regrade her. Right? Okay. Because at the time they were thinking, oh, she's taking money and now she's living the life of Riley and things. So we want to make sure.
Yeah, make sure.
Anyway, the doctor came over. He flew over from Gran Canaria, in fact.
Really?
The local guy, but he flew over from Gran Canaria. He came up to the flat and he interviewed Chris, and he said it's a breath of fresh air. He says, to be able to interview somebody who really, really needs our help, as opposed to the people that are sort of saying, oh, well, I've got a bad back and I can't lift anything and all that. And he put her from grade 2 disability to 99% disability, and we're on the second to the highest grade now.
Okay.
And he says that was a fantastic boost for us.
That's great.
That was a fantastic boost for us.
That's great.
And especially at the time when we needed it. Now I've retired, we can afford to do other stuff. So basically, if I wait 2 months, I could basically afford to buy the thing cash.
Okay.
But they say, because we're getting this, I can't do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year. So they give me an allowance to get somebody else in to do it for 6 weeks a year. I get 6 weeks holiday, and I could have been claiming this.
So you could use 1 week here, 1 week there, you don't have to use all 6 together.
You don't have to use all 6 together.
So,
no.
okay.
Well, what you can do, they'll even pay you for hours that you go away and have a haircut.
Wow.
Yes, but it's up to 6 weeks, 8 hours a day over the year. So it's up to 1,600 euros plus 804. So it's 2,000 something, right? 2,400 euros a year that you get to be able to pay somebody else to do something that you can't do because you've got to go shopping.
Well, yeah, you have something, you got to take care of your health.
You got to take care of your, or you want to just rest.
Yeah.
And we could have been claiming that for the last 10 years and we haven't.
Oh. Okay, better late than never, I guess.
So now I've got this slip disc.
Yeah.
It's not a slip disc. What is it? What do they call it? Herniated disc. Yeah. So it's popped out both sides, front and back. I think, not side to side, because one of it's pressing the spinal cord, and that's what's giving me the jip. So now I can do that. And I said, well, how does it work? They say you just fill this form in and we send you the money. I said, well, don't I have to sort of get bills from people to come? No, because so I've just got to put somebody's name down who's going to help me. So you're it, mate.
Well, I come back here, I'll be able to. Yeah. I tell you, it's once you get your doctor's appointment for your back and get figured out what you have to do, you might need extra assistance.
The thing is, I'm just hoping that the only what's it called? I hope that the only remedy is not surgery, because they like to do surgery. If you go to a surgeon and look at your back, then obviously he's going to say surgery. I'm thinking there's something they can do with exercise or something like that.
Well, I know when I had mine, I had to do PT a couple times, physical therapy, and it gives you a little relief, but it doesn't give you the comfort in the long term.
No. Yeah, but the thing is, I can't afford to take an operation.
Yeah,
because that'll put me out for at least 6 weeks? You said nearly a year.
Oh well, it depends on. Yeah, they don't want you lifting, that's for sure.
Right, so lifting, that's all I do for Chris. I mean, I cook and clean and everything, but I still got to do that. Nobody's gonna do that for me, are they?
Yeah. You can't lift much of anything after surgery for a couple months, right? You got to be.
Yeah, so I can't afford a surgery. I can't afford surgery. That would be the worst thing if something happened to me. that we'd have to get somebody in. Chris's nightmare is getting a guy or a girl in that smokes.
Well, you could request. I know we did. You
Yeah,
could
but
request,
it doesn't work here.
doesn't work that
No,
way.
it don't work here.
Oh.
Louise Parks, bye Tim, going to a wedding reception. Enjoy yourselves, have a nice little drink on for me. And I did see some QQs coming in, so I'm just going to do the QQs. So let's go to comments. Get Mike in there as well. Seriously thinking about what you said about the bakery in Tenerife? Yeah, give him a call. Perhaps you already answered, but is Motown Mike in Tenerife? We did that one. Did you see the text about email? We did that one. And sorry if I'm being too nosy, Mike.
Oh.
How did you and Irina meet?
It's a very interesting. I was vacationing in 2004 with my buddy in Moscow.
You're in Moscow in 2004.
Yeah, and we were there before in 1992, actually. But he wanted to go back and he wanted to go see the. It's called the Golden Ring Tour, the monasteries in Russia. And on our first day, we were in the subway, metro. We're lost, like you couldn't believe. We know some Russian, but we can't figure out how to get from one exchange to another. And he said, you know Russian better than me. Find out how we get to this other line. And I tried to stop a businessman. He didn't want to answer anything. And I saw this nice lady just standing over there waiting. And I went up to her, and she looked on the map, and she took us to the metro stop. She got on the line, and she got off at the same stop we did. We were going to the right, she was going to the left, and I said, well, I'm going to stick with her. You know, she was going to what they call the Garbushka. It's the electronics store. And I just stayed with her, and then I said, let's, you know, we didn't have a lot of language commonality. I knew enough Russian to talk to her, but we just, I just asked if you want to get together tomorrow, and it just worked that way. We just kept meeting, and
You want to go for a coffee or a vodka?
actually we went to McDonald's.
You know, McDonald's, I used to work in China, Singapore, Malaysia, and all the Americans that came with us, we had a lot of Americans because we had a joint venture with Motorola in Richmond, but a lot of the people came from Texas, California, what have you. And whenever we went on a business trip and the Americans were there, they would only eat in McDonald's.
Oh,
And I don't know why that was. Muchas gracias. From who? Which people? Cheers. Thank you.
yeah. So Tim, that was like in July of 2004. And we communicated a little bit. This is before you had like WhatsApp and everything. And so I went back out there in December, and it just seemed to work, and that's how we met.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And that was a long-distance relationship for a while.
Yeah.
It still is now.
It is. It's well, we meet quite often. We meet
Okay.
every couple of months.
wow.
So, yeah.
And this is basically neutral ground then.
That's how it works now. Yeah. So,
Good.
Yeah. So, but we're working on immigration for the states. There's lots of things. All this stuff going on in Russia is holding things up.
I know. I mean, I don't want to get political, but does she have a take on it? Is it as bad as it is, or
You know, we
or are the Western?
she hears different. We don't, when we're on the phone, we don't talk about it because you don't know who's listening.
Of course.
Okay, so, and when we get together, we don't get into deep conversations about it. You know, it's something we don't like, and we just hope things get resolved.
But I can imagine, just like you and me, I mean, there must be millions and millions of Russians that are normal people, you know. I mean, and millions of Americans that are normal, and there's only this small angry crowd on both sides,
Yeah,
you know.
that's how governments are sometimes. It's just.
But I mean, what I can imagine is that Russia's been under sanctions from the West for so long.
Well, I think since 2014 they had some sanctions when they first started, but
That, you know, there's only going to be. It's never going to get better, is it?
no, but but we do well. You know, we know each other over 20 years, so.
Thanks, Peter Glennon. Christina and me a drink. That's not for you, Mike.
Okay.
I'll get these, don't worry. I'll get these. Thank you so much, Peter. Cool dude. Oh, we got another QQ. Is the 471 bus to get from Landmar Playa de Arena? No, no, no. If you're up near the what's it called? Anywhere as far as Los Cajantes. Los Cajantes, the only bus you can get here is a 473, and it stops right at the top of the road by the hotel. And then you got to walk down. It takes you about 15 minutes to get where I am now. Another 5 minutes to the bar. So if you get the 473 up to there, and then you can come down. There is another way you can come, but it takes an extra half an hour. You can go past us and get off at Aminime, and then change to the 471, but that comes through Playa Paraíso, so that's an extra half an hour. So you might as well just get off at the top and walk downhill slowly. Or taxi or something like that. So 473 from Los Gigantes, or anywhere along that route. La Arena, Alcalá, Puerto de San Juan? Playa de San Juan.
Yeah.
Anywhere along there, 473. Don't get the 477 because that bypasses our village. It goes up to the motorway.
Is there a website that shows all the routes and everything?
There is, but it's really, really weird. I mean, if you look at the what they call it, the timetable of a bus, it will only give you the time it leaves the start and when it passes the bus station and when it finishes. So anywhere in between, you say somewhere in between those is when the bus is coming. And during the day, as the day goes on, they get later and later and later. And I've even known it for 2 buses to arrive at once and 1 bus just gets sent away. Daniel, thank you so much for another super chat there. My gosh, thank you so much, guys. It's nearly the end of the month as well. You're going to push me over the tax bracket there.
Yeah, you got a couple more days. You got to watch out.
Yeah.
Let's just see if anybody said anything. Very generous, Peter. Thank you for your support, Suzanne. Stephen Ainsworth. Tim, I love your work. Hello from sunny North London. Stephen, thanks for popping in there.
So, North London's a separate section of the city, or?
And I think, I mean, obviously South London, East London, West London, North London, it's basically a way to say that I'm not just London.
Okay.
You know, I don't think there's, I think there might be official, I don't know, but London is basically a conglomerate of villages.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And states, right? So London is sort of like, Greater London is massive.
Huge, yeah.
And so basically, if you don't want to say I'm from Wapping, or from, you know, then you sort of lump it together, North London.
Oh.
And each one has an intrinsic sort of value. So if you're from East London, you know, there might even be rivalry, East London, West London, you know. There's probably football rivalry as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. I only been in London one time, so I don't have a good.
Well, it's like saying I've only been to America one time. I mean, London is basically America condensed down. It's so different, and I've not been there long. I mean, I used to live in Staines, which people told me was London, but I didn't think it was London. It's Staines, Chertsey, and all that place. It's like southwest, Windsor, all those places.
Oh.
But you go to different places, it's all different. Right in the town where the tourists are, Houses of Parliament, and all that, and Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
That's where most people go.
Right.
But London's a lot more than that.
Oh, I know.
A lot more than that.
The tube goes everywhere.
The tube.
The tube.
Cool dude. So go to Estación de Guaguas and get the 471. You can actually, you can do that, but if you're in Playa de Arena, which is up there, 473 is your best bet. Angry Velo's on. 471 from Landmar Playa de Arena. No, 473, that's the one. Love your work, we did that one. Very generous, we did that one. Dave Mulready, Madge. 61 years ago in a revolving door, been going round ever since. That's where he met her. Ray met Madge in a revolving door 61 years ago. There's a great love story. Wishing you both much happiness.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's you know, my friend can't believe how it worked out. He was there with me, and it's just sometimes you never know.
That's it.
It
That's
just happens, right?
Well, I met Christina. She was actually dating a mate of mine,
Okay.
and he'd been to a little village outside of where we lived in the city. He'd been to a little village about 45 minutes away from where we lived, and there was a fiesta going on, you know, some sort of like beer tent and a band or whatever. And he met this girl, and she worked in our city. She worked in a music store, and so he was with her for a while, and then I met her with him, and I thought, that's my wife.
It feels it sometimes.
It was clicked. It just clicked.
I know.
And I always say, I was married before when I was 21. I said I'll never marry again. I'll be everybody's favourite uncle, but I don't want to marry again. And basically what happened was I brewed a plan to get her. And I knew that my mate wasn't serious with girls. And it was like, you know.
Yeah.
And he was also called Tim, so she didn't even have to change the name.
Yeah.
Or the tattoo. No, she didn't have a tattoo. And so I worked out that he liked big-breasted blonde girls. So I befriended I was actually friends with her before, but one of my friends, a Canadian from, what's it called? St. Catherine's?
St. Catherine's?
Yeah. Or I think it was Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Okay, that's right.
Niagara-on-the-Lake, yeah. Same area.
Okay.
So she lived in Niagara-on-the-Lake, had a family there and everything. And I'd visited her. No, this was later. I'm telling the story backwards. So she was a drinking buddy.
Okay.
We weren't romantically involved at all. She was just a drinking buddy. We could sit down, and if I was chatting with her, nobody'd annoy her. Of what you doing here alone, you know? And then I had a bit of street cred because I was sat with a beautiful blonde, right?
Okay.
And so we were just drinking buddies. So I told him, I'm getting romantically involved with this woman, and to keep his hands off her. And that was like a red rag to a bull. I mean, we were Jack the Lads in the day, right? So me saying keep your hands off her was basically a given, you know, as a given. She's gonna. So anyway, he wooed her, and she fancied him anyway, right?
Okay.
So he wooed her, and they burned the night through and ended up in Amsterdam, right, for a week.
Okay.
So anyway, they're gone. By this time, Chris had already gone on holiday with her mate to Saint-Malo in France, Breton. And anyway, she came back before they did. And I saw her walking down the street, and I said, "Oh, like, sorry to hear that Tim went out with the what's the name?" Don't worry, she says. A man once in a while, you know. So she was a Jill the lad, yeah? Or Jill the lady, or whatever it's going to be called. So anyway, I said, well, maybe we'll go out one night. Yeah, no problem, she says. So then we went out, and we became mates. And I was pretty good at wooing, non-romantic wooing.
Okay.
And then eventually she sort of says, oi, you know, what's up? Don't you like me? So
time to shut up.
Time to up the ante. Then she introduced me to her family.
Oh, yeah.
And then they said, he's a nice lad, but his shirts need ironing. And then being Catholic, that means, you know, get him. So yeah, that was how we met.
Okay. No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, it's always interesting stories. Yeah.
You all right?
In a few more minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what time is it now? 18:55. We're nearly done. I'm not cooking tonight.
Okay, you
I've
go eat
taken
here?
I've taken 2 pretzels out of the freezer, and I've got a load of like cheese and ham and salami and little sticks and whatever. So we're going to do a German brotzeit, which is basic, and I've got some Canarian almagrotti.
What's that?
Almagrotti?
Yeah.
Almagrotti is basically a mixture of cream cheeses and spices. It's like the mojo rojo, and cream cheese and salt, and you can actually make it yourself, or you can buy it in a jar.
Okay.
So I bought it in a jar, because when I went to the cheese counter and said I need all the ingredients for almagrotti, the guy went, just a minute, called, I don't know, Consuelo, whatever her name was, and says, this guy wants almagrotti. She said, come with me, and walked, and she said, that's the best, she said.
Okay.
You cannot make it better than this. and it's sort of a little jar.
Okay.
So if you ever see Almagrotti, and it looks like mojo rojo, so you'd miss it. But it is a fantastic cream cheese in a jar.
Okay.
Take it out, spread it on toast. And I tell you why we had it, because the first time we had Almagrotti was a couple of weeks ago in Santa Cruz with some American friends. Well, they're not American, but they live in America. And they come here on a cruise. And we went to this place that I always wanted to try, but I always passed it either too late after we'd eaten, or I was there on my own, and I didn't want to go and eat without Chris.
Right, right.
So it's a place called Tasca La Roboteca. It means the backroom bar. And it's just one street back from the main road where the port is.
Okay.
And Plaza de España is a big place with the lake. It's man-made lake and the statues and what have you. It's one road back and a bit further up, and you can't actually drive into the road. It's a dead end. But at the end, there's an alleyway that you walk through, and you come out into this massive square with two restaurants and an official building, like an old, I think it's the old town hall.
Wow.
And it's in this square, and this place opens for lunch, and it's totally locals. It's basically, I've never gone past there. In fact, while we were there were a family of tourists there, but whenever I've gone past, it's always been locals.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have these 2-hour lunches. 2 to 3 hour lunches.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
of course.
And they sit there and they drink the wine, they eat the cheese. They'll have some sort of tapas for a start. Then something will happen. They'll bring a piece of meat or a big fish out, and then they'll come again and they'll something else, and then they come out with desserts. My dessert was a cake this big.
Oh.
And it's very light though, light and
Yeah,
fluffy.
it's not heavy.
And then cheeses and whatever, and it wasn't that expensive.
Okay.
And one of the specials of the day was batata with almagrotti, and batata is sweet potato, but it was the white flesh, white flesh. And what they do is they boil the sweet potato, cut it into slices, grill it crisp.
Oh, grill it, yeah.
And then they put mojo rojo as a sort of one half of it. So if here's the slice of potato, half of it's green.
Okay.
And they put that on the plate in a circle, and they put an ice cream soup of this almagrotti in the middle.
Okay.
And you eat the potatoes with the almagrotti, and it was fantastic.
Sounds really tasty.
Yeah, and I said, right, I've got to get that at home. So I actually bought batatas and did it
So
myself.
that's what you're going to do tonight?
No, not. She's not having the potatoes tonight, but
Okay.
We're having it on a pretzel tonight.
Okay.
But it's basically the leftover from what we had the other day.
Okay.
I haven't checked to see whether it's good or not. Yeah, it's probably good. It's good. So that's what we're having tonight. Okay, we're coming up to the hour. I'm just going to go back and see what the comments are. Let's see if anybody's put a QQ in. QQ. So, did you see the text? No. Sorry, okay. Daniel's saying, I'm in Columbus Hotel in November. How far is it to you? You can actually get the bus outside the Columbus Hotel, come out the front door, turn left down at the bottom. When you get to the roundabout, there's the bus stop. Get the 471 from there, and we are about... I'll tell you what to do. Go to, what's it called? Google Maps, and put in Columbus. Is it Columbus or Columbus? I can't remember. Columbus. Columbus Apart Hotel, and directions to my location. So on a bus it takes 31 minutes. So if you want to come on a Wednesday, when you come in November, if you want to come on a Wednesday in November, you want to arrive at 7 o'clock? No, 6 o'clock. August, September, October, November. Friday, so let's say the 12th of November, right? 12th of November. And then say done. It seems you can't find your way there, because it doesn't go that far ahead. But anyway, that's another story. Go to Google Maps. Craig, can super admin pin raise super chat to the top or add a QQ so Tim sees it? Thank you to Mezian, Ray, Peter and Daniel's Adventures. The super chat did not come through, Craig, but what's better, instead of doing a super chat, just do the PayPal. I get 100% of that. Daniel, Peter, Ray and Mizzy. You missed Ray donation. Oh no, I got Ray. What is Mike's story? I would be interested to know how an American ended up on the island. He doesn't live here, but he's bought a place here, right?
Yeah, I bought a place. I got the golden visa.
Okay.
Spanish golden visa. So you can reside here as long as you want. You don't have the 90-day restriction. And I just talked to my lawyer. If you stay, I think it's 9 or 10 months a year for 5 years, you can apply for citizenship.
Right.
So you have to be serious about wanting to be living in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, you can get Spanish citizenship then too.
So golden visa, you have to invest $500,000.
Yeah, you have to pay for real estate.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So as long as you're investing in the country,
right.
But they've finished that now. You can't apply for it anymore.
No, you know it's funny. We got our actual card on April 1st. In April 3rd, they changed the law. They suspended it or changed it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more difficult.
Okay.
Because there's lots of things going on with over-tourism now, I think.
Right.
So I guess the government felt they needed to.
Yeah, but I mean, the golden visa isn't the one that's is not the one that's taking the apartments out of the hands of the people. You know, I mean, the thing that's actually blocked. We were talking about this morning. They're building 230 odd flats here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 6 blocks with 230. Units, so that's really going to be 40 units a block, and 40 units a block, unless the blocks are massive,
So when's that when's the development going to start on that?
It's starting now.
It's starting now.
That's right here.
So when's it going to be completed though? How much time?
Well, I reckon the first building's going to be finished this year.
So who's going to buy it? Going to be people, locals, or going to be?
I don't know. There's no information on it other than you can send your email and they'll send you information. But I don't want to do that because I've no intention of buying.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what I'm thinking now is, if somebody else does that and just gets the information, let me just get you in the middle there. If somebody else gets the information, then we'll find out. But originally they had this thing with a mortgage calculator at the bottom of the web page, which isn't there anymore, and it was added with 300,000 euros. So if you're going to put 10% down, right? So let's say 50,000 down and so it looks like it's going to be 350,000, which is a normal 2-bedroom apartment here, right?
Okay.
So I reckon that it might be something like that. The only problem is that what's going to happen is people are going to buy them and then rent them out.
Rent them out. Rent them out. So, I thought the Spanish government had some rules on how they changed rules on how you rent it out or something.
Yeah, I was talking about that this morning as well. There's the original, which is the VV, the Vivienda Vacacional, where you've got to register that it's a holiday home,
right.
and you just use it for holiday home. And because not everybody does that, and they go online and they put themselves in Booking.com or Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
Spain have changed the law in January to say anybody who registers on an Airbnb has to have a government license, and this license is just a number. So it's not the full VV license where you get inspected and you've got to pay this and that and the other. It's basically just a simple go to the government, my flat, there's the address, I'm putting it on Airbnb, they'll send you a number, right? But that's just the beginning, I think, because once you've got the number, then they'll contact Hacienda and say, let me know how much you're making on it. So the tax guy's going to get involved, and then they're going to get somebody say, is it safe? How are the electrics? So that's actually came in January, but they're not going to enforce it until the 1st of July.
Okay.
So if you haven't got your number now and you're renting a flat out now, the best thing you can do is sell it.
So is this going to ruin the neighborhood, so to speak, with this?
No, I think it's going to be only be a boon. It can only be good. So
Okay.
if they do end up as a residential complex,
Yeah.
and it gives us another 240 units,
Yeah.
then it'll make it a really nice bustling town. You know, 240 families would be really good. If they're empty half the year and people buy them and don't move in, they use them as holiday homes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In our complex, I'd say 30% empty most of the year.
30% empty.
Yeah.
Wow.
So people buy stuff and then just don't use it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they come like 6 weeks a year, and it's easier to buy one here if you got the cash,
Right.
and do that. You know what I mean? So that's basically what the protests are about, is that the government is allowing these illegal lets. Yeah. And also holiday homes in residential complexes. I mean, we've got loads in ours. Airbnb, Booking.com.
Yeah.
If I see people down the pool I don't know. I don't know who it is, but it's looking.
I don't know.
Just park and come and say hello.
Yeah. So, okay, well, you have to keep us posted on how that develops here.
Yeah,
You talked
yeah.
about it on your.
I mean, we're not too bad anyway. We've got 5 hotels and a 6th one at the top there if you ever get the squatters out.
Okay.
And so we're not doing too bad. And once they get the walkway over to Playa Paraíso finished, it's going to be a lovely little village. This,
Okay.
you know, and we don't mind tourists here. I mean, we love
Oh
tourists
yeah,
here.
tourists. It makes.
We just don't want people using flats that could be rented by locals as tourist flats, because you don't. I mean, basically, in our block, it's only long-term rent. You can't do short-term rent there. But the others, they're owners, so they bought their flat, and basically they think they can do what they want with it, you know. But even our flat is the people downstairs from us, rich Germans, right?
Okay.
They've rented the flat the whole year, and they only come twice a year.
So they're just making money off the renting, and then they're.
No,
enjoying
they
it.
can afford to pay a year's worth of rent
Yeah.
and just arrive when they want.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and what I say, that's wrong. If you're going to rent it the year, you got to live here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, no, they say, oh, we're rich. It's cheaper than buying one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to do this, that, and this. All I've got to do is rent it. What is it? £1,000 a month? I'll give you 12 grand for the year. They're probably doing a deal with the guy, saying, look, I'll give you 10 grand.
Deal, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you 10 grand now. So instead of buying something for 300, 400,000, they just say, I'll give you 10 grand a year for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that means they got a holiday home here.
Yeah. Anytime. Yeah.
It'll probably go up to 15 grand this year though.
Yeah.
But
Everything's
that's still,
fine.
it's still cheaper than buying a house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they can come anytime they like. But I don't agree with that. Right, we are late actually. It's 10 past. So I'm going to go to the comments again, make sure I didn't miss anybody. I'm going to put Mike in the corner there. There we go. And we're going to go back. Rocky's on. Not Rocky, Jesse's on. Time to go. Shirley's on.
Yeah.
Siobhan's
Thanks,
on.
Shirley, for good luck.
Look at these two. No sports chat, just asking person questions. Thank you, Siobhan. Thank you. Alan, Adam, sorry, bus 471, not sorry. Sorry, bus 471 Friday, not sorry. I don't know what that means. Are you coming or not? Watch Alan's channel for Tenerife videos. Yep. Shirley, hi, Alan. Okay, let's. I think if I've missed something you said before that, let me know. Good luck, Mike, on your Tenerife home. Time to go, Tim, says Tina. See ya. La Gomera speciality is fabulous. Oh, that's the Almagrote.
What's a speciality, the food?
The Almagrote.
Almagrote, okay.
Apparently it's a La Gomera speciality.
Oh, okay.
Unless he's talking about something else. Ray Duffy's waving. Good luck on your new home, Mike, says Daniel.
Thank you.
Tim, I've sent you an email with our timings. Hope to see you on Freaky Friday. Cool dude.
Down the street this Friday?
Yeah. You
Okay.
coming?
I could try, yeah, I'll let
Yeah.
you know, yeah, hopefully.
Ray Tim missed your donation. I think I did get it in the end. Hotel 6:30 food, not bus. Sorry. I can't come to your hotel for food. I can't do that. You come to me. Mr. Ray donation. What's Mike's story? We did that one. Dennis McCarty. I was expecting to get in touch with you. He's still on the island, Dennis. We were going to come for a coffee in that thing, and it just slipped my mind. And then I didn't contact you. You didn't contact me, and you're probably gone by now. If you're not, let me know. Tim, have that drink on me. Thanks, Daniel. Check out Daniel's travel. What, if anything, will you miss from the States, Mike?
What would I miss? Well, I guess just being able to easily see my friends.
Got you.
Yeah, they all want to come here, so I hope little by little they'll come here for a visit. But yeah, but if I'm with my wife, she's my best friend, so I'll be happy. So, but
and you get friends here eventually.
I met you. I'll meet other people too.
Exactly.
So so, but yeah, it's just getting new acquaintances and friends.
Ray's worried that I'm going to get a strike. You don't get a strike by having background music, Ray. You only get a copyright strike if you use something that isn't yours and pretend it's yours. Then that's the only reason you'll get a copyright strike. Sometimes though, if the music's playing in your video, the automatic algorithm will go, oh, we've identified this music as
So there's a YouTube algorithm that checks on that.
Yeah, the YouTube algorithm checks to see whether you've got any copyrighted music or copyrighted video in your video, and then what they do, they just flag it and say copyright infringement and send you a message, and then the message says if you think that you have the right to use this music or this video, then you can press this button, which I always do.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do it. If you go to your studio, once you've got your email to say there's a copyright infringement, just press the button. It takes you to the exact spot in the video where the problem is. It tells you who's got the music and what they want to do, and then you say dispute, and then it gives you three options. Oh, I own a copy of the music, like I've got the record, yeah. Or I think that I can use this music for free, or I'm not using the music on purpose, right?
Oh, okay.
But you don't do that. You don't, because if you click one of those, they just say tough titty, you're done, right? So you click the fourth one, none of the above.
Oh.
Then it comes in and says, do you realize that if you dispute this and it's wrong, we could delete your accounts forever? And I say, yes, I know that. And then they say, what's the dispute? And I say, fair use. And they say, what type of fair use is it? I say, fair use because it was in the background of me walking past a bar or sat in a bar, and I was not using the music as part of it. Every time.
Okay.
Every time.
Well, that's good to know.
The other thing is sometimes, in fact, only one time in the last couple of months, as soon as I've gone background music, they've released it immediately. So they've actually looked at my thing and gone, oh yeah, background music, that's okay, you can have it. Yeah. But most of them, they have 30 days to respond after a dispute. Most of them don't even bother responding.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No. And after 30 days, it's released to me anyway.
Yeah.
So every time you get a copyright infringement, you go through that process. It's very quick. Click the button in the email, say not one of these other fair use background music, and then wait 30 days.
Okay.
And then they never come on.
No.
One time a Spanish band has upheld my copyright infringement and said, we don't want you to show the video in Spain. You can show it anywhere but Spain. So I deleted it.
Okay. Well.
Quality vlogs from a real quality guy. Check out Jassie's channel. There you go. What? Almagrossi on Amazon for €17. It was like $1.98 the jar I got. So I'll take a picture of it and put it up on my thing here. Bob from Anime and Travels has a channel too. Anne-Marie, thanks. Mike.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.
Tim, time. Yeah, I know. I don't have to cook tonight, so I can usually get home by about 7:30, 7:45. I might have a brandy. Is Webby coming? I was waiting, but I don't.
He doesn't seem like he's coming.
He's not going to come now. Got to go, all. Enjoy your evening, St. Alan. Daniel's Adventures. Oh, and don't forget, Ruth is going live in 5 minutes. So go to Ruth Robertson's channel. She does a vertical video from her house and chats to you all guys. So go and check that out. Ruth Robertson.
She's here in Tenerife?
No, she's in Scotland.
In Scotland.
In Scotland.
Okay.
Danny, say up. We did that. Pat Moran, goodbye. We're just saying goodbye. Rocky Pat. We've still got 104 watching though.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Well, I got a lot of friends already.
Hey Tim, I'm not on the island anymore. We got home on the 15th of May, unfortunately. Okay, not a problem. I felt a little under the weather after we met you and Chris. I don't blame you, mate. I mean, I have that effect on most people. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for Dennis McCarthy and Rocky is just saying, check out Ruth's channel. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. She's going live in 5 minutes, so go and give her some love, and we'll see you on the next one. Mike, last words?
No, I appreciate it. This is fun, Tim.
I enjoy it
Come
too.
here, if they have questions about myself or states, Michigan, whatever, I'm more than welcome to answer.
And let's see if he
anything.
comes on Friday.
Yeah.
And of course, when he comes back, and of course, when your beautiful wife comes.
Yeah,
We've got to meet up then.
It might be August, I think. End of July, early August.
Oh, I've got plenty of time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say ta-ra now, and you have been watching